So as you all know, Trump won his election on Tuesday, becoming the 47th president of the United States of America. And just like in 2016, when he won, you had a bunch of people on the other side talking about how, oh, they're gonna leave the country. Oh man, if Trump wins, I'm gonna leave this country. I can't stay in this country with him as president. He's gonna destroy the world. All types of craziness, right? And what happens? What usually happens? They never leave, right? They stay, right? They stay here in the United States, and we all see that as just talk. However, so I come across this article on the New York Post. And it's talking about how Californians are reportedly preparing to flee the country pending election results. So I'm gonna quickly read this article, and I also have a video of a guy who talks about how he's ashamed to be an American. So I'm gonna read after I read this article real quickly. Go over this article, then I'll show you that video. So let's hear let's read what they have to say. So it says a new report highlighted a growing number of Americans, and particularly Californians, who are planning to move overseas because they are fed up with the divisiveness of U.S. politics. Right, the Los Angeles Times spoke to global migration experts who've documented a spike in the number of Americans seeking to move out of the country since 2020, with many of them being California residents. The number of requests this election year has already exceeded last year. Global firm Henley and Partners said the consultant company helps clients obtain residency and citizenship in other countries, and said that about 80% of U.S. clients want to leave the country because of political issues. They want an option to escape. Bezo Moore, whatever, who leads the North American operations for Henley Partners, told the LA Times, now that with the election, people have opinions on both ends and they're worried. So it says, all right, Jen. So Jen Barnett found Expatsy, another company that helps U.S. citizens looking to move abroad, said her website traffic spiked 900% after the first presidential debate between President Biden and former President Trump. She said traffic climbed again in the final weeks of the 2024 race. Barnett and her husband moved to Mexico earlier this year, with spending years looking for somewhere outside the U.S. of following Trump winning the 2016 Republican nomination. So obviously you have this person who clearly is not a supporter of Trump. She actually left the country, right? And I'm sure there are many people that probably did leave after, probably Trump won, but we know that most people probably don't. But she left, and she also has a company that helps people that want to do that. And she said that her website traffic spiked 900% following the election. So it said, the debate, I should say. So it said, all right. So it said just that he could be nominated to me meant that something was irreparably broken, and it wasn't something we could get back. She told the Times. Mikael Dykes, 54, from Hayward, California, said in the report that he's pursuing moving to Spain in the next 3 years because he feels safer there, and he's afraid of another Trump presidency. If a regime like MAGA should win this election, I'm very scared, Dykes said. I just feel like it's time to enjoy a life that's free from any American word. Look at, man, no matter where you go, right? Because no matter where people go, like he goes to Spain or whatnot, he's gonna consume American news and stuff like that, right? So you're never gonna escape it. And look, if you want to leave the country and go somewhere else, that's fine. Okay, but if people are trying to leave because of political divisiveness, man, you have that everywhere you go. No matter if you go to Europe, South America, there's always things in regard to politics that keeps a lot of people divided. You can't really escape it. And yes, we wish it wasn't like that. We wish we weren't so divided, but that's just the environment that we live in. And if you think you're gonna go to another country and avoid all that, I mean, good luck. But that's obviously your choice, and obviously if that's what you want to do, you can do that. But when it comes to a lot of people leaving this country because they're afraid of a Trump presidency, like look, we had him for 4 years. Like things weren't that bad. Like you may not like him, but to leave the country, I mean, that makes no sense. But okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. All right. So let me show you this video of a person talking about how he doesn't. He's ashamed to be an American.
Well, Donald Trump is now our 47th President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However,
Kamala Harris's rallies, what did you see like at her rallies that made you think that she was gonna win? All she talks about is like the inspirations and the aspirations. She say the same thing. Don't be talking about nothing And that's what you thought, just because of her rallies, you thought she had a chance. Did you see Trump's rallies? Like, if you're going by rallies, like Trump, like if you're going based on rallies, Trump's rallies just made it seem like, yo, it's not even gonna be close. He's selling out arenas. She's selling out freaking high school auditoriums. Like, it's not a comparison. So if you're going by the rallies, like, yeah, she had no chance, right? So I mean, yeah, you don't use rallies as a reason for why you thought, she was gonna win.
How can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day to encourage people to vote for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to delete my X account. I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla as long as I shall live. I want to take this moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free. You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage. Personally, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American, because the values that I hold dear are being aligned with freedom, liberty, and justice. Unfortunately, those are no longer the values of the United States, as the United States has voted for a dictatorship and everything that comes with it. This country is no longer recognizable to me. I find myself surrounded by people that no longer share the same values as I do. You chose to elect a man that is a self-proclaimed dictator. Over 80% of his former staff came forward to warn us he's a fascist. Over half of the country decided to vote for a convicted felon, a man found guilty of.
Well, obviously, it's a brainwashed individual. Look, if you don't like this country, look, you are. Guess what you have? You have the freedom to leave, right? You have freedom to go to another country. You don't consider yourself an American. You have the freedom, your right to leave the country. Will he do that? I doubt it. And obviously, like, this whole dictator thing. Come on, guys. He's been president for the past. He was president for 4 years. It never happened. Like, it never happened. It never was close to happening. Yet people still have this idea that this is what his goal is. Like, for that to happen, like, it would, like, even if he wanted to, it couldn't happen. Even his supporters wouldn't want that to happen, because that's not what we believe. We believe in a democracy. Like, you serve your term out and then you go. But there's still people out there that still believe that his goal is to become a dictator, as if they've ever lived in a world where they actually were under dictatorship. So it's like, to hear that, it's just like, it amazes me that people think this way. They still believe this, because clearly they're listening to certain mainstream media that's pushing this nonsense into their mind, when in reality, common sense thinking people believe that that's not going to happen. And yes, we can agree that this country is somewhat going in a downward spiral, right? Depending on which side that you're on, you could see, like, hey, things are not going well in this country, and we want things to get better. Okay, and obviously, if you're someone that's a Trump supporter, then you feel you have a chance to make it better, and that's what we believe. If you're someone that supports Trump, because we've seen what the other side is willing to do in terms of taking away people's freedoms and their rights, and we don't want that to happen. But like I said, if you think that Trump is all this and you're ashamed to be an American, then you can obviously you can go to another country if that's what you want to do. Obviously, a lot of people, that's what, people in California, I'm not sure where he lives, but a lot of people in California are claiming that's what they're going to do. More than likely, I want to see the numbers of people that actually talk about leaving. I want to see the numbers of people actually leaving the country because of Trump presidency. Will we ever get that data? I don't know. But yeah, so it's just interesting to see that, people again talking about how they want to leave the country because Trump won, and of course we all know that they're not going to. right? Because the grass sometimes is not always greener on the other side, and the United States is still the number one country in the world, and obviously, we want to keep it that way. So those are my thoughts. Interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure you leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. Guys, take care. Have a good one. Later.